What's going on, YouTube? I'm Andrew Crawford, the HG Legend, ya boy, the GOAT, not the GOAT, but I look like a GOAT. Close enough, am I right? I think I'm right. 1 second. And today on the channel, on the 15-year anniversary of the day that it happened, I will be doing an in-depth review / this is why I love this WrestleMania, about WrestleMania 24. As many of you know, if you watched my top 10 WrestleManias, this is my favorite Mania. This is the one I consider to be the very, very best. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about each match. I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the perfect. So without further ado, this is going to be uncut. Let's get right into it. We start off with Finlay versus JBL in a Belfast brawl. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, this sounds terrible. It was actually a little bit of fun. The story going in was basically JBL assaulted Hornswoggle, who at the time was portrayed as Vince's illegitimate son. Then JBL announced to the world, I don't know how he would have known this, that Hornswoggle was Finlay's son. And then Finlay and JBL had a match at Mania. Hornswoggle came back. It was quick. It was really just a fast-paced opener with some very fun weapon usage. The suicide dive where JBL took the trash can lid and smacked Finlay to counter was great. JBL yeeting trash cans at Hornswoggle was comedy. The clothesline from hell was great. JBL going to the table was great. I think it was a fun little bit of match. That's in the good. First bit of the perfect, the Money in the Bank ladder match. CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Carlito, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Mr. Kennedy, and John Morrison. John Morrison's moonsault with the ladder. CM Punk's... Wait, hold on, not getting to CM Punk. Shelton Benjamin going off of a ladder through a ladder. John Morrison's just selling of getting put in the walls of Jericho with the ladder. Shelton Benjamin's sunset flip over Kennedy and... I can't remember who the other guy was. I think it was Shelton Benjamin. No, Shelton Benjamin's... Morrison. It was Morrison and Kennedy, and Shelton Benjamin did like a sunset flip into a power bomb onto both of men, and it was absurd. The code breaker to CM Punk with the ladder. Matt Hardy showing up to cost MVP the Money in the Bank match as revenge for injuring him. All of that is beautiful. The way CM Punk won, grabbing Jericho by the leg, pulling it under, and Jericho hanging upside down from the ladder, unable to get free. Punk wins the match. That was awesome. The commentators bigging up how, this might not even be the last we've seen of CM Punk. He didn't even, he could cash in tonight on Orton, Edge, Taker, Cena, Triple H, whoever wins their world title match. And that is awesome to me. I'm trying to do this in order, so I'm going to pull up Wikipedia so I can look at the match card result in order. Batista versus Umaga in a battle for brand supremacy. Batista representing SmackDown, Umaga representing Raw. This is a bit of the good. I think this match is... It's short, but it's good. You can't put Batista and Umaga in like a 45-minute match and expect it to be goated. So having them have like a little 7-minute match, Umaga working over the back, and then Batista mustering the strength to hit the Batista bomb, that was awesome. SmackDown proved to be the better brand, which it is. Fun little match, short, sweet, to the point. Speaking of short, sweet, and to the point, here's another thing I would consider good about the night. just because it made Kane look like what he was, which was a monster. And the 11-second ECW Championship match against Chavo Guerrero. Chavo enters. He's waiting for Kane. Kane comes in from behind the entranceway, not like but like the announce table. He slid in that way. And Chavo turns around. Bell rings. Runs at Kane. Choke slam. 1, 2, 3. Kane is the ECW champion. Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. You've heard me talk about this match Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday. And Wednesday, I think all three. And now you're hearing me talk about it. Thursday. I love this match. This is the best Mania match of all time, in my opinion. Perfect. It is in the perfect category for me. It is beautiful. It is story mixed with work, mixed with selling, mixed with emotion. A match that truly, on all levels, just clicks. It is a beautiful match with a beautiful send-off to Ric Flair. The I'm Sorry I Love You, the sweet chin music, the kiss on the forehead. Shawn walks out of the arena. Rick, just as he's leaving, the cheers for one of the greatest is impeccable. And this is a match that, in my eyes, is yet to be topped at WrestleMania. Or one of them. It's been topped once, actually. There we go. The only bad thing on this card, as far as I'm concerned, Beth Phoenix and Melina with Santino Marella versus Maria Kanellis and Ashley. Why does this exist? I'm sorry, it's the worst 5 minutes of my life, and if you give this 5 minutes to Orton versus Triple H, Mayweather versus Big Show, even Taker versus Edge, or even Shawn versus Rick, or you give it to Finlay and JBL and let them put on a banger, it's fine. It's better. All those matches are instantly better if given that extra 5 minutes, but no, Beth, Melina, they had to have their match, and it was bad. I hated it. Beth Phoenix and Melina won. Snoop Dogg punched Santino Marella in the face, if that's a bonus, I guess. Randy Orton versus Triple H versus John Cena for the WWE Championship in a triple threat match. I find this to be a very underrated triple threat match. I think John Cena and Triple H losing to a truly what you would define as underdog Randy Orton, because you look at those three names and you think to yourself, hey, there's no way that Orton's going to win and retain the title. Triple H hits the pedigree on Cena, goes to pin. Randy Orton punts Triple H. 1, 2, 3 on Cena. Orton retained. A very underdog heel performance by Randy Orton. A very good performance by all three men involved. I find this to be one of the better matches on the WrestleMania card. I put this in the good category. It's very underrated, but it's not no Benoit, Triple H, and Michaels. It's not Bryan, Orton, Batista. But it's dang good and dang underrated. In my humble opinion, at least. I say humble. No. My wrestling opinions, I am not very humble about. If I disagree with you, I'll let you know. Floyd Mayweather versus The Big Show. You have arguably the greatest boxer of all time coming in at a whopping 5'11", if that, versus 7' Big Show, and it was literally David versus Goliath. Only in this case, David kind of cheated. No disqualification, so you can't really cheat. Big Show was probably going to win. He'd worked Mayweather's hand the whole match, which is kind of cool because, you know, Floyd's a boxer. He can't really kick, so work the hand over. And then Floyd Mayweather took a pair of brass knuckles, bam, to the Big Show. And it was also like the boxing rule of you got to answer the count of 10. If you don't make it back to your feet, you lose. Big Show didn't make it back to his feet, and he lost. That's in the good category. I love this match. I think this is the best celebrity match of all time. Not counting Logan Paul since he's under a WWE contract. Best celebrity mania of all time. It was fun. It was stupid. Like, you know, in a real fight. Well, Floyd Mayweather's still probably the greatest boxer of all time, so he's probably still winning. But still, you know, let's say Big Show had the same fighting experience, he's probably going to murder Mayweather just for the reach alone. And then in the main event, you had my top 2 favorite wrestlers of all time in the main event. The Undertaker versus the World Heavyweight Champion, the Rated R Superstar, and the man I consider to be the greatest professional wrestler to ever step inside a wrestling ring, Edge. And this was actually a very beautiful story of Undertaker still hasn't beat Edge. How is he going to beat Edge? And, you know, Edge threw every dirty lowball tactic he could think of. He threw out the camera. You know, ref went down, smacked him with the camera, but the ref was down, so he didn't make the count in time. Hawkins and Ryder assaulting, coming down to the ring to get involved, and Undertaker fighting them off. It gave Edge the opportunity to hit one spear, pin, 1, 2, Undertaker kicks out. Edge hits another spear, and he sits up, and before he can get to the pin, Undertaker locks in his Devil's Triangle, Hell's Gate, whatever you want to call that submission hold, and just murders Edge with that chokehold. Like, it's an actual MMA submission, so, you know, even not putting pressure, it looks like it hurts like a... I'm not going to say that word because, you know, I might have a youngin' viewing this, and I don't want to say a bad word for a youngin'. But it looks very painful. Edge tapped out. Undertaker's streak advanced to 16-0. Now, here's the funny thing. I brought this up already, but it's still really cool to me. Edge has had a tremendous amount of respect for the streak, and Vince McMahon walked up and said, "Hey, how about, you know, you go over, you know?" To which Edge was just kind of like, nah, I'm good. I respect the streak too much. Let someone else end it later on. Edge indeed did not end it. Which again, if he would have, you know, where he's my GOAT, you know, that GOAT debate for Edge is looking a whole lot stronger if Edge ends a streak. That's just, you know. But no, it was ended 6 years later by Brock Lesnar. I'm not going to get into that. Actually, I might get very in-depth in it tomorrow. Actually, I will. Because that's the video. And stay tuned tomorrow for when I go over 5 wrestlers that should have ended the streak over Brock Lesnar. Maybe 10. I'm going to have a discussion with my friend later and see if we can think of the top 10 wrestlers that we think should have ended over Lesnar. I can probably name about 15 I would have rather seen ended over Lesnar, but the top 10. And again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, send it to your mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, whoever you want to send it to. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And unlike John Cena, I can see you and I will see you very soon.